Greetings, children. Welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe the channel for the further updated videos. The following video is for class 6, subject General Science, chapter 10, Motion and Measurement of Distances, part 2. Now, part 1 of this lesson, we learnt about what are the importance and how we measure a desk, how we have and we learned about the story of transportation, how we have invented different things which help us to transport. So continuing with the chapter, I'm reading out from page number 97. Hello. Now when measured with the new set of gillies and dandas, the desk length seems to be about 2 danda length, 1 gilly length with a small length still left out. We learned that as the gilli and dandas changed, the length, the measurement of the table also changed. The table is the same, but the measurement changed, isn't it? So we found out that we can measure it properly with the proper lengths, okay, proper string lengths. Bojo had been reading about the ways people used to measure distances before such standard scales were made, and he has been trying to follow different methods of measuring distances. There are so many occasions when we come across a need to measure lengths and distances. The tailor needs to measure the length of the cloths to know if it is enough to stitch a kurta. A carpenter needs to measure the height and width of a cupboard to know how much wood he would need to make its door. The farmer needs to know the length and breadth of the area for his land to know how much seeds he can sow and how much water would he needed for his crops. Suppose you are asked how tall are you? You want to tell the length of the straight line from the top of your head to heels of your feet. How long is this room? How wide is this desk? How far is it from Delhi to Lucknow? How far away is the moon from the earth? All these questions have one thing in common. They all concern distance between two places. The two places may be close enough like the two ends of the table, or they may be far apart like Jammu and Kanyakumari. Let us do a few measurements to see what exactly we need to do when we measure distances or length. So we are going to see some different measurements. We are going to see about two different activities to see about the measurements. So first activity is work in groups. Here we can't work in groups, so I request you to do it at home. Work in groups and each of you do this activity one by one using your foot as a unit of length. Measure the length and breadth of the classroom. It is possible that while measuring these, you may find some parts remain to be measured at it as it is smaller than your foot. Use a string to measure the length or a part of your foot as you did before. Record your observations in table 1. You have to write, instead of writing the name of students, you just can take the help of your parents or your siblings. You measure the length of the of your room, a length and width of the your room, and same thing with your sibling also. Then let's move to the second activity, that is work in a group and each of you use your hand span as a unit to measure the width of the table or the desk in the classroom. Hand span means the length from your thumb finger to your the tip of your thumb finger to your tip of your little finger. Now here too you may find that you need string length equal to your hand span and then fraction of these string lengths to make the measurement. Record all the observations in the table that is on your screen also. It is there in your textbook also. We see that measurement means the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity. This known fixed quantity is called a unit. What is unit? It is the known quantity. We know how much is 1 liter. So that 1 liter is called unit. The result of measurement is expressed in two parts. One part is a number. The other part is the unit of measurement. For example, if in activity 1 the length of the room is found to be 12 lengths of your foot, then 12 is the number and foot length is the unit selected for measurement. Now study all the measurements recorded in table 10.1 and 10.2. Are all the measurements for the room using everybody's foot equal? Are everybody's measurement by handspan of the width of the table equal? Perhaps the results could be different as the length of your handspan and that of your friend may not be the same. The length of your handspan, the length of your foot is not the same as the friend, right? So the measurement will differ. Similarly, the length of the foot may be slightly different from all the students. Therefore, when you tell your measurements using your handspan or length of foot as a unit to others, they will not be able to understand how big the actual length is unless they know the length of your handspan or foot. So we see therefore that some standard unit of measurement are needed that do not change from person to person. So that is why we come to one concept, that is standard unit of measurement. What are the standards? In ancient times, the length of a foot, the width of a finger, and the distance of a step were commonly used as different units of measurement. The people of the Indus Valley civilization must have used very good measurements of length because we see evidence in excavations of perfectly geometrical constructions. A cubit as the length from the elbow to the fingertips was used in ancient Egypt in other parts of the world. People also use the foot as unit of length in different parts of the world. The length of the foot used varied slightly from region to region. People measured a yard of cloth by the distance between the end of an outstretched arm and their chin. The Romans measured with their pace or steps. In ancient India, small length measurement used were an angul, that is finger, or a muthi, fist. Even today, we can see flower sellers using their forearms as a unit of length for garlands, as many as in many towns in India. Many such body parts continue to be in use as unit of length when convenient. However, everybody's body parts could be slightly different size. This must have caused confusions in measurement. In 1970, the French created a standard unit of measurement called the metric system. For the sake of uniformity, scientists all over the world have accepted a set of standard unit of measurement. The system of units now used is known as the International System of Units, SI unit. The SI unit of length is a meter. A meter scale is shown here on in your textbook. Okay, you have seen scale, no? It's the same thing. Also shown in the 15 centimeter scale in your geometry box. Each meter is divided into 100 equal divisions called centimeters. Each centimeter has 10 equal divisions called millimeters, mm. Thus, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. For measuring large scale distances, meter is not a convenient unit. We define the large unit in length. It is called the kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Now we can repeat all the measurement activities using the standard scales and measure in SI unit. Before we do that, we do need to know the correct way of measuring lengths and distances, which we will cover up in the next video. So stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself and keep learning, children. Thank you.